You don't have anxiety because you are broken. You have it because your nervous system is simply doing what it was created to do, which is to protect you from threat. But sometimes that threat can be non existent, or it could be a threat that was existent before, like in the case of trauma, but you are now in a safe place, but your nervous system is still actively trying to protect you. That is why you can try things like just thinking positively or just trying to be calm, and it does not work because the anxiety is not just in the thoughts, the anxiety is in your body, is in your nervous system. And until you can speak the language of the nervous system, you are not going to make any progress. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 9 micro habits that you can practice daily in order to regulate your nervous system and stop the anxiety that rises because of traumatic events. Now, you don't have to try all of these 9 micro habits every single day, but you can pick 2 or 3 that work best for you and practice it with time. The first micro habit is to start your morning with intention and not action. The way it works generally for most of us is that when we wake up in the morning, you just stretch your hand and pick your phone and begin to scroll, or maybe just jump out of bed and move straight into the activity for the day. When you do this, your nervous system dictates the tone for how the day goes. And where does it get the information it uses to dictate the tone? It gets it from outside, either from the social media, what you see, or just from how the day goes. What you should do instead is to take about 30 seconds or 2 minutes immediately after you wake up to set the tone for how you want the day to go. And I'm not even talking about trying to list out the things you want to accomplish. I'm just saying that what kind of energy will you like the day to have? How will you want the day to feel? And because of this switch, you are telling yourself and your nervous system that you are in control and life is not just happening to you, but you are the one dictating how the day goes. And this goes a long way in ensuring that you remain calm all through the day. The second micro habit is to breathe longer by having slower exhales. Your breathing is closely tied to your autonomic nervous system, and the autonomic nervous system is a nervous system that helps us respond to emergency. Maybe something happens that scares you, just notice your heart begins to beat faster, you begin to breathe faster, your eyes get dilated. And all these are your body's ways of putting you in that flight or fight mode to ensure that you are not harmed by any threat. But you can reverse this process by breathing slower. Breathing slower activates your parasympathetic nervous system, and this is the part that gets you calm. Just remind yourself that I am at peace, everything is safe here, there's nothing to be afraid of, and that helps with your anxiety. The third micro habit is to press your feet to the ground when you are feeling triggered. The major goal here is to just have some form of physical contact that will bring you back to the here and now. And why this is necessary is that most times when you are feeling anxious, it is because your mind is wandering. Your mind is in a world of its own. It is not in this present moment. It is imagining that things might go wrong, nothing is going fine, and that is why you are panicking. But when you can do something to bring yourself back to the present moment, and in this case, by grounding yourself, you remind your body that in this place I am, there is safety, there is calm, and there's no need to be afraid. Other things you can try apart from pressing your feet to the ground is if you are sitting down, you can press your butt to the chair, or you can just stamp your feet, use the thumb of your leg and stamp it to the ground. Anything to just give you some form of physical contact with the environment around you, in order to remind you that you are in this present moment and not lost in your thoughts. The fourth micro habit is to track the anxiety in your body before it gets to your mind. We all try to think our way out of anxiety because we believe that it is just the thought. And while it is true that anxiety manifests in the thought, it does not start its cycle in the thought. Before it gets to your mind, before you begin to have all those racing thoughts, some sensations begin to show in your body. That your jaws will be clenched, your shoulders will be tensed, your chest will be tight, your stomach will be running. There will just be different somatic or bodily manifestations that something is happening. So if you can stop it at this point, then you are going to stop it from reaching its cycle and you'll not get to the point of rumination. Now, to help you through this, you can set several alarms all through the day that will just remind you, like check your body and see which part of your body is tensed. If you notice that your shoulder is being at alert, like your shoulder is tensed, just intentionally bring it down. And it's also a way of reminding yourself that I am safe. There's no need to be at alert because nothing is coming to get me. The fifth micro habit is to name your feeling without trying to fix it. There's just something magical about naming your feeling. That the moment you can identify that, okay, what I'm feeling now is anxiety. This is a feeling of fear. It gives you a signal that you are a separate entity from your emotions. You're a separate entity from anxiety. So since the anxiety is not tied to you, it is not something you have to keep experiencing, and that is very liberating. In addition to this, when you are trying to name a feeling, you activate your prefrontal cortex, which is the thinking side of the brain. And when this is activated, the amygdala, which is the feeling part of the brain, calms down. And as it calms down, all the emotions that you're feeling are going to be calm as well. And in this case, the anxiety. But once you can name a feeling, you can actually regulate it. The sixth micro habit is to slow one thing down on purpose. Urgency is a trauma response. When you have a dysregulated nervous system, everything feels urgent. You feel you have to do everything as soon as possible. If not, something is going to go wrong. So you talk fast, you walk fast, you eat fast. Like everything is just so fast. Now you can break this by intentionally choosing to do just one thing slowly. Maybe you say, while I'm walking from my car to the office, I'm going to walk slowly. Or while I'm eating lunch this afternoon, I'm going to eat it very slowly. And when you are doing this, it's going to feel weird. That why is everything so slow? I could do it fast. But that is also giving a signal to your nervous system that there's no need for urgency. I can be safe. Nothing is coming to get me. I can take my time to do this. And that gives you a sense of calm. The seventh micro habit is to use cold water or temperature shifts in order to give yourself a reset. Now, this is something you can always fall back to even when any other technique is not working. It is one of the fastest and most effective tools. So whenever you're having an anxiety spiral and you're just in that loop, you can use cold water to break the loop immediately. The temperature shock activates your dive reflex, making your heart to beat slower, and it snaps you out of the fight or flight mode. So you can just go to the bathroom and splash cold water on your face, or you can hold an ice cube, or you just pour cold water around your wrist. Anything to do to just give you a sudden feel of a new temperature is going to give you an instant reset and break that loop of anxiety spiral in your mind. The eighth micro habit is to create one predictable anchor or a routine in your day. The reason why your nervous system is at high alert, like I've been saying all through the video, is because you don't know what might happen. So there's so much uncertainty in life and you are afraid. You are worried that things might go in a way that you don't want. So one thing you can do to help is to create some routines in your life that you know that every single morning when I wake up, I'm going to say a prayer. Or every evening, I'm going to take a 5-minute walk around my house. Or just whatever it is, just have one routine that you stick to every day. Your brain can always fall back to the fact that I have some level of predictability. I know what is coming. And even when you have gone through so many uncertainties throughout the day, whenever you come back to that routine, it's just like a safe space. It's a familiar thing that you are used to and it gives you a sense of calm. The ninth micro habit is to end your day with a down regulation. And I'm talking about how you sleep. Sleep begins about 1 hour before bedtime. So if you want to sleep by 10 p.m., you should begin to prepare yourself from like 9 p.m. and have some set of routine activities that you do that signal to you that the day is closing and you're about to go to bed. Could be putting away your gadgets, turning off the light, turning off the television, or picking up a novel to read. Whatever it is that can begin to relax your brain and begin to signal to your nervous system that the day is coming to an end. This will improve the quality of your sleep and ensure that you wake up the next day with greater energy instead of waking up already feeling stressed, and that will just spike the anxiety for the next day. So you can create a good premise for the next day by just having a steady down regulation through the night into sleep. Like I said at the beginning of this video, you don't have to practice all 12 of these micro habits every single day. You can just pick 2 or 3 that work best for you and practice them. And the more you even practice them, the easier it is for you to get back to a place of regulation whenever you're having an anxiety spiral. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.